Hello everybody, and welcome back to a technical analysis, or maybe this is tips and tricks, I don't know, whatever wishes one. My name is Silvokiji, or Silvokiji, and this is TheZoneGamingGo. Now, if you're wondering exactly what we're talking about, it's going to be Bug, or Buggy, for example. Buggy the Clown. We're going to be talking about his passive ability, which is actually called Charisma. I call it Excitement, but we'll call it Charisma for the sake of, the game itself. So, if you do not know what Charisma does, Charisma is a passive ability that Buggy has that whenever he lands a special attack like so, he gets +1. If he manages to get +5 of Charisma from the Charisma, he's able to, do a whole little animation, be happy, and if he was to die, he will come back with about 10% HP. Now, this is hardly done, but I've seen Rohawk do it plenty of times because that's how he plays Buggy. That's how you get done. Now, if you miss special attack, of course, you lose that part of Charisma. Now, the thing about Charisma is that Charisma is considered a non-permanent buff, which means characters like Kuma, or the only character, Kuma, who has a heavy guard break that removes non-permanent buffs, can actually get rid of Buggy's buff permanently throughout the entire game. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is so. If it's not so, please correct me in the comment. I'll check it afterwards, see if I'm understanding it right. But I believe so. That's what the effect actually entitles. Now, the thing about Charisma, or when you're playing as Buggy, that you want to get as much Charisma as you possibly can, because if you get the +5, your moves become super powerful, but you switch out, they go away. So Buggy practices in a very rushy, tricky type style. So running attack into your unique button here, and bringing back the claw. Messed up, guys. Running attack. And bring back the claw. Man, how you bring the claw back? You hold it down? You hold it down. There you hold it down. There you go. Then big top. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so stuff like that, it's just tricky, which means some opponents can't react to it, some characters won't be able to react to it, and his unique is a very good tool to kind of get that, hold that button down to get the claw to come back, and that way you can do a combo, not combo, but big top afterwards. Not to mention that this one right here, which is unreactable, use your guard break here into the big top, it's going to end with another +1 point of Charisma. And another aspect you can do is simply by going into your beautiful kick, unreactable, and hitting with big top for another point of Charisma, easily getting +5. The thing about Buggy is that he has the other tools as well. He has his basic combo, which can actually lead to a chop chop buzzsaw, as the game, or in the translation, chop chop cracker, which could also give him +1 of Charisma. Now this move right here, chop chop cannon, is unreliable in most regards, so you don't really want to use it a lot. So if you don't think you're going to hit your opponent, let's let it go. Okay, you're going to lose 1 point of Charisma, but the same exact time is pretty punishable on if they have to block it, if they can manage to block it or dodge it. But it's also tricky, which means you can actually control the chop chop cannon. So I can send it, may go another direction, and it may come back. So your opponent can therefore forget that it even existed, in that sort of regard. Now you can only get +5 points of Charisma into the pure Charisma point one time, but you once you do get it the first time, I do believe that if you die, you come back and you're good. But at least if you get it, I think you still obtain it even when you die, even if you have like +1 or something. I believe so. So Buggy has a lot of tools he can utilize to actually get this up. Another tool he can utilize is his range attack. His range attack is blockable, but most people don't really block this move. It's just basically like A1 to A3, and then here, and then into big top for a combo there. Now, Buggy does have big damage tools, like for instance, if you want to see how much heavy guard break does, it +5, tremendous amounts of damage, and it's a unity. And you can also combo it like this. So you can actually go from a wall combo point, right here, running attack, and just if a person actually does wake up, they're going to be taking some damage from the heavy guard break, which is pretty insane that Buggy can actually utilize. I believe he can actually do, I don't think this is actually going to work. I haven't tried this. Oh, never mind, it does work. Okay, my bad. So pretty decent damage from +5. Now remember, the +5 does not transition to other characters, and once I switch out and come back into Buggy, it's gone. Now if you have a character with a good range attack, a character that can do a fluid range attack, this would be excellent for someone like Blackbeard to go here, and if your opponent is a sword-based character, big top right off the bat. Now if their opponent is not a sword-based character, or you're afraid their opponent's going to do something else, trick their opponent by coming in using heavy guard break. That way your opponent would have wishy-washy feelings about what they actually want to do. They really want to try to take it, or they really want to try to jump it. They have to figure out what they're going to do in the situation. Okay, another transition you can actually do is go into range attack and then go to cannon. Just kind of let it ride. Give your characters an opportunity to walk forward and kind of do what they want to do. Like, don't intervene really ahead of time. Just kind of wait. Give spacing. And then another one, we got Akuma here actually. So 1, 2, 3. This was a little bit harder to do. I think he crossed like a wall thing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I can do it with Buggy. No, wait, that's not what I did it for. I did it for a mix-up. So if the opponent does a fast wake-up and you end up bringing in Buggy, you can back him up. That way you can make your opponent, like, scared to get up when they're fighting against Buggy. Because they get hit by the big top, they're not only are they taking damage, they're giving you +1, making the next big top they get hit by even stronger. So big top, Chop Chop Cannon, and Chop Chop Cracker, excellent tools for trapping your opponent and like making them rethink what they're gonna do. It's very good for when your opponent's on the ground, not very good when they're coming in, because Buggy's not a very good anti-incoming character. So usually he relies, once that opponent gets knocked on the ground, that's what he relies on. That's his game. That's his game style. Your opponent has to engage themselves to every option, and that's how you can actually do pretty good with Buggy, in my opinion anyway. So that was tips and tricks about Buggy's passability, charisma. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to comment, leave a comment if you have your own opinion. I'm perfectly okay with that. And I will see you again for the One Piece Burning Blood Thursday Prime Invitational.